What if Hollywood's miracle weight loss drug is doing more harm than good? In 2026, shocking transformations have left fans wondering what's really happening behind the scenes. From Chelsea Handler to John Goodman and Katy Perry, the changes are impossible to ignore and raising serious concerns. In this video, we reveal the truth behind these transformations, what experts are warning about, and the hidden risks few are willing to discuss. In a city where image often matters more than truth, very few public figures are willing to speak openly about what really happens behind the scenes. But Chelsea Handler chose to do exactly that, and her honesty struck a nerve. Known for her sharp humor and unfiltered personality, she admitted that she had joined the growing wave of celebrities turning to prescription medications for weight loss, a trend that has quietly spread across Hollywood in recent years. What she revealed, however, was far from glamorous. Handler described intense side effects that disrupted both her professional and personal life. Persistent nausea that made it difficult to work, noticeable mood swings that affected her relationships, and digestive complications serious enough to require medical attention. Reflecting on the experience, she said it felt as though she had compromised her health for the sake of appearance. Perhaps most concerning was how easily she obtained the medication. She explained that it had been prescribed casually without a full understanding of its purpose or potential risks, something she later realized was a critical mistake. Even after stopping the drug, the effects did not simply fade away. Months later, Handler shared that she was still dealing with fatigue, lingering digestive issues, and the emotional impact of the experience, one she now considers a serious misjudgment. For many who once admired her transformation, her story offers a sobering reminder behind the polished images and red carpet appearances. The pursuit of quick results can carry lasting consequences that are rarely discussed openly. For decades, John Goodman was known as Hollywood's gentle giant, a warm, commanding presence who brought life to iconic roles from Roseanne to The Big Lebowski. But at a recent industry event, his appearance left many stunned. The man fans thought they recognized now seemed almost like a stranger, his face noticeably thinner, his frame dramatically reduced, and his once larger-than-life presence visibly diminished. Those in attendance reportedly reacted with quiet shock. Some didn't even recognize him at first. Within hours, images spread across social media, sparking concern and confusion. Many fans questioned what had happened, expressing worry rather than admiration. Behind the transformation, some insiders point to the relentless pressure of an industry that constantly demands reinvention. Even with a long-respected career, aging actors often face increasing competition. There are suggestions that Goodman felt encouraged to update his image to remain relevant in a changing Hollywood landscape, something that can weigh heavily even on seasoned performers. More troubling, however, are concerns about the toll such a transformation may take. While Goodman has previously spoken publicly about his long-term efforts to improve his health through weight loss and lifestyle changes, the speed and extent of visible changes have led some fans to worry about his overall well-being. What makes this situation especially poignant is that Goodman never needed to change to earn love from audiences. He was valued for his authenticity, talent, and relatability. Now, instead of celebrating, many fans are simply hoping he remains healthy, reminding us that in Hollywood, even the most beloved figures are not immune to the pressures of appearance. Katy Perry has long been known for her larger-than-life persona, bold costumes, vibrant rungs, and a stage presence that could electrify entire arenas. But in recent public appearances, some fans have noticed a visible change, sparking conversations that are very different from the admiration she once effortlessly commanded. Photos from red carpets and events have led to speculation online, with some pointing out a slimmer frame and sharper facial features. These observations, amplified by social media, have fueled concern rather than celebration. However, it's important to approach such claims with caution. Public images can be influenced by lighting angles, styling, and natural fluctuations in weight factors that often distort reality more than people realize. There have also been unverified reports circulating about her energy levels and off-stage condition, but none of these claims have been confirmed by Perry or her representatives. What remains clear is the contrast between public perception and personal reality. Perry has consistently spoken about confidence, self-expression, and resilience throughout her career. Like many artists in the spotlight, she faces constant scrutiny over her appearance, something that can quickly spiral into speculation without solid evidence. For fans, the concern often comes from a place of care. But her story also highlights a broader truth in an industry obsessed with image. Even the smallest change can become magnified, reminding us how quickly narratives can form, whether they reflect reality or not. James Corden built his career on charm humor and a disarming honesty about his struggles with weight. For years, audiences connected with his self-aware jokes and saw him as proof that personality could matter more than appearance in Hollywood. So when he appeared noticeably slimmer, the initial praise quickly turned into curiosity, and for some skepticism. Corden has publicly attributed his weight loss to lifestyle changes, including healthier eating and increased activity like walking. However, the speed of visible change led to speculation online, with some observers questioning whether there might be more behind the transformation. Still, there is no confirmed evidence that pharmaceutical methods played a role. Rumors about behind-the-scenes struggles during his final season have also circulated, suggesting fatigue or reduced energy. Yet these claims remain unverified, and no official statements support the idea that his health affected production in a significant way. What stands out most is the gap between public perception and confirmed reality. In the age of social media, even positive changes can become the subject of intense scrutiny. For someone like Corden, whose image has always been tied to relatability and authenticity, this shift invites more questions than answers. Ultimately, his transformation reflects a broader pattern in entertainment. Audiences are quick to celebrate change, but just as quick to doubt it. And without clear information, speculation often fills the silence, whether it tells the truth or not. Lizzo spent years as one of the most visible voices of self-love in modern pop culture. On stage and across social media, she encouraged millions to embrace their bodies without shame, building a message that resonated far beyond music. So when recent images showed her with a noticeably slimmer appearance, the reaction online was immediate and deeply divided. Some fans expressed surprise, even disappointment, questioning whether her transformation conflicted with the body positivity message she had championed. Others, however, pushed back against that narrative, arguing that personal health choices don't automatically invalidate past advocacy. It's also important to note that many of the more dramatic claims, such as industry pressure or behind-the-scenes struggles, remain unverified. Lizzo herself has spoken publicly about focusing on health, fitness, and feeling better physically rather than conforming to any specific beauty standard. Her journey, by her own account, is personal and ongoing. The conversation surrounding her transformation reveals something larger than one individual. It highlights the tension between public expectation and personal autonomy, especially for someone whose identity became closely tied to a broader cultural movement. For some, her change raises difficult questions. For others, it reinforces a simple truth: self-love can also include change. In the end, Lizzo's story is less about contradiction and more about complexity. Public figures evolve just like anyone else, but under a spotlight that rarely allows them the space to do so without judgment. Mindy Kaling has long been admired as a relatable force in Hollywood, an actress, writer, and producer who built her success on talent, humor, and authenticity. Over the years, she openly embraced her body and challenged narrow beauty standards, which made her connection with fans even stronger. So when recent photos showed her with a noticeably slimmer figure, the reaction online was immediate. Many fans were surprised by the visible change, especially given how closely her public image had been tied to self-acceptance. In interviews, Kaling has attributed her transformation to consistent lifestyle habits, regular exercise, mindful eating, and a focus on overall well-being. However, some online speculation has questioned the pace of her transformation. It's worth noting, though, that assumptions about how quickly weight loss should happen can vary widely from person to person, depending on factors like routine health and professional demands. Claims about industry pressure, hidden methods, or behind-the-scenes behavior remain unverified and should be treated cautiously. Public images, especially on social media, are often curated, which can create the impression of sudden or dramatic change, even when the reality is more gradual. What stands out most is how strongly audiences react when a public figure evolves in a way that seems to challenge their established identity. Kaling's journey, like anyone's, is personal. And while her appearance may have changed, it doesn't erase the work, voice, or perspective that made her influential in the first place. Rebel Wilson made headlines when she recapped her year of health, a personal commitment that many fans found inspiring. Known for her confidence and comedic talent, she shared parts of her journey, publicly posting workouts, discussing nutrition, and encouraging others to prioritize their well-being. For many, her transformation felt like proof that consistent effort and lifestyle changes could lead to meaningful results. As her appearance changed, however, conversations online began to shift. Some observers questioned how quickly the transformation seemed to happen, speculating about whether there might be additional factors involved. It's important to note, though, that claims about pharmaceutical assistance or insider confirmations have not been publicly verified. Wilson herself has spoken about working with health professionals, improving her diet, and increasing physical activity as part of a broader lifestyle shift. Weight loss journeys can vary significantly from person to person, and visible changes may appear more sudden than they actually are, especially when shared selectively on social media. There has also been discussion around how her transformation intersected with brand partnerships and public messaging. While some critics question the commercialization of such journeys, others see it as a natural extension of her influence and platform. Ultimately, her story reflects a broader dynamic in celebrity culture. Audiences are drawn to transformation narratives, but they also scrutinize them intensely. Without clear, confirmed information, speculation can easily overshadow reality, turning a personal journey into a public debate about authenticity, expectations, and the pressures of life in the spotlight. Jonah Hill has long been open about his evolving relationship with body image, and over the years his physical transformations have often drawn public attention. From early roles to more recent appearances, fans have seen him at different sizes, something he has occasionally addressed with honesty and self-awareness. In recent photos, some observers have noted that he appears slimmer, which has sparked renewed discussion online. While a few have expressed concern, it's important to avoid jumping to conclusions based solely on images. Changes in appearance can result from many factors, including diet, exercise, lifestyle shifts, or even roles that require physical adjustments. Claims about extreme cycles, insider accounts, or health warnings tied specifically to Hill remain unverified. However, in general, medical experts do caution that repeated rapid weight fluctuations, often called yo-yo dieting, can place stress on the body over time, affecting metabolism and overall health. This is a broader health principle, not a confirmed assessment of Hill's personal situation. What stands out most is how consistently his body has been a topic of public conversation, often overshadowing his work as an actor. In recent years, Hill himself has spoken about setting boundaries around discussions of his body, asking media and fans to focus less on his appearance and more on his craft and well-being. His journey, like anyone's, is personal and complex. And while public curiosity is inevitable, it's worth remembering that not every visible change tells the full story. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.